Alright, second time lucky. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Let's play some Kerbal Space Program. Right, so. If you are on YouTube and didn't see not yesterday's, but part 1 of this series, I highly recommend you go and check that out first. I never knew you could move this around by holding middle click. That's very cool. I highly recommend you watch part 1 because I explain what on earth this game is and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you already know, or if you watched part 1, so here we go. Let's launch some space rockets and blow up. Sounds good. Okay. Right. So we need to get some more science because this fuel systems thing is really useful because of these external fuel ducts. We're not going to do aviation. Or does this require aviation? No, you can have just flight control. Okay. Cool. But so we would like this if we're going to land on the moon, which we should do. It'll take, like, I don't know if we'll be able to do it. It'll take a while, but we might try and land on the moon. Oh my god, it's feedback gaming. Not quite. Hello, Vodka. How you doing? You want me to do a multiplayer, don't you, Vodka? We could plausibly do one this evening. But I'm going to play some Kerbal for now. Because I want to relax and play Kerbal. So this should be good. Alright, what we're going to try and do? We should find some contracts. Just earn a bit of science, I think. Get those fuel ducts. How is the audio bounce, by the way? The rockets tend to be slightly loud, so I've turned it down a bit, but let me know if you can't hear the music at all or whatever. Alright. Haul a thumper solid fuel booster into flight above Kerbin. How high is flight? In this case, 52,000, 58,000. That's pretty doable. But I'd rather do some higher science reward ones. Explore the Mun. I don't think we can get to the Mun. We need some spaghetti staging to get to the Mun, I think. Not spaghetti. Asparagus. Is it asparagus? I think it's asparagus staging. Well, this one gives us a nice big reward. Oh, we have to be orbiting Kerbin with a fuel booster though. That's not going to happen. Let's just reject that. Position a satellite in an equatorial orbit. That is almost certainly not going to happen. God, is any of this going to happen? Is a very reasonable question. Basically, this one means re-enter with heat shields. Because that kind of speed, you basically have to be... You have to be re-entering, but that feels like that's the time when that's likely. It always says Count Christo is streaming, but it's more Count Christo is disappointing me. Let me think about what I'm doing this evening. We could probably do a multiplayer this evening, but I'm going to do this for a while, and then I'll deal with it. We might do a multiplayer this evening. All right, radial decoupler. That's easy. Getting it to that height, pretty easy. That's pretty freaking fast, though. That would have to basically be on the way down. We'll try this though. We're going to haul up a radial decoupler. We're going to try and... We can probably do that while re-entering as well. Because 5,000 meters is very low, so... Yeah. If you plan on continuing the Hoy guide series after the DLC, will you perhaps get some help after the meta guys crack the new meta? Yeah, maybe. My guide series isn't designed to be for high-level multiplayer play, though. Because I recognise that I'm just not as good. The orbital solid booster one in orbit was so easy. What? No, it wasn't. They're really heavy, these things. I'm not very good at this game, remember. But, I don't know. We could try this one. How high does this have to be? I mean, it's not in orbit, so... Alright, let's try this one. Thumper solid fuel booster. Got to get it at 52,000. But we have to be going pretty slowly. No Hoy. We might do Hoy this evening. Oh, we can definitely do this. That's easy. Just have to be splashed down with a radial decoupler. Easy money. To test a radial decoupler, you have to actually fire it. So we can't do that and this at the same time. Oh no, because this is haul, not test. Alright, so all we have to do is take a radial decoupler up, splash down, and get to 52,000 with a thumper. Alright, we can try that. We'll take that. Orbit of Kerbin. I don't think we're going to orbit Kerbin on this particular flight. Test this at the launch site. Well, that's trivial, so we'll do that. Test a radial mount parachute in flight over Kerbin. we could probably do this. The capsule, solid booster, and a parachute. You couldn't orbit with a solid booster because the solid boosters don't have gimbals. Hey, Enraged Banana Yogurt, how you doing? On this fine evening? It's 3:30, mate. What are you talking about? Let's just go with these 3 missions for now. Okay. So, first off, come on, pod. Solid. Parachute. Did we take a parachute one? No, I didn't take the parachute one. That's fine. Alright, the flea solid soul booster is the titchy little one, isn't it? Yes. So we could just like attach this on the side, run test, and then jettison it. Or we could have a really weird first stage just to get that mission done. Lies, it's 1:20. No, true time. True time, British time, it's 15:26. Oh, for that you would need staging. Yeah, we'd need staging. And the point is, we'd have to have our booster on one of our final stages because we'd have to actually get it to orbit. 16:26 also lies. All right, we need to test the thumper, yeah. Haul a oh god, I've done it again. We have to take the thumper to 52,000 meters. That's so high because the thumper's so heavy. Look at this nonsense. All right. Well, this is if it's going up to 52,000, it's definitely going to need a heat shield. Yes, please. And it's then going to need to dump whatever's below the heat shield, not with a Rockomax brand decoupler. There we go. Oh, just there we go. For its final stage, I don't think we need anything funky for the final stage before the parachute stage. So we have to get this to 52,000, and we have to like this is just be moving basically. Well, let's see how high. Let's just do a test. All right, this is just I don't know. What should we name this thing? Were you inspired by the flying Tesla? No, I've been playing this game since before that, but today specifically. Maybe that was why it was on my mind. I don't know. I don't know. Back to the front. Space, it seems this time. Yes, indeed. All right, what should we call our? This is the. What was the Tesla rocket called? The Falcon, wasn't it? So why not? We'll name it in honor. This is the Falcon Light, spelt the weird way. Okay, and we're gonna put. This is the stupidest setup I think I've ever built, but there we go. Falcon Heavy, yeah. Yeah, hence we're going with Falcon Light. This is the most ridiculous arrangement I've ever built. Let's do it a different way. Let's because all I want to do is test this thing at the launch site and then jettison it. I know we could do a separate one to just test it and then like just recover the vessel, but I think it's more fun to try and fit it all onto one rocket. We also have to have these radial decouplers. Radial decoupler in flight. So, to me, what we should do is put some of these on here, and then put some flea boosters on it, and then we'll just get rid of the flea boosters and the radial decoupler as soon as we hit 5,000. We have to go in really fast though. This might work. We got nose cones. Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. You may not be rocket science, but that doesn't seem like it would work. Yeah, use the radial decouplers. Yeah, yeah. Christo, why do you never play Total War? I haven't really enjoyed playing Total War for some years, to be honest. I played and kind of really enjoyed them. They were some of my favourite games until Rome 2. And then Rome 2 was a garbage fire, as I heard it put recently. And then I watched that video, why Rome 2 failed, and it referenced CK2. And then I started playing CK2, and then Paradox's life since then, basically. Alright, we're going to want some of these launch stability assists. Beautiful. Beautiful. What else do we need to do? Test at launch site. Oh, we have to get a radial decoupler into splashdown. This is going to be the jankiest rocket. Oh, right, yeah, we need to put a mech jeb thing on it. For the extra stats. Oh. Have we crashed it? No, okay. Enable mech jeb. We're not using mech jeb automation, we're just using the extra stats window. Because I really like the extra stats window. Should we take science? Like, I don't know if we're going to be in any new environments. And these things are quite expensive. That's what we could do. We could take a science junior. Yeah, let's start putting science juniors on all our rockets. Does make it a lot heavier, but I think that'll be okay. And then we'll stick a thermometer on here and a barometer. We're not going to take these. Well, no, go on, let's take some goo as well. I don't know if we've done goo while splashdown. It's so aerodynamic. It's beautiful. 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 Indeed it is. Alright, so phase 1. No. No, no. Phase 1, lose the stability assists, fire all the rockets. Then on command, fire these. Then on command, jettison this. So we'll just see. Like, I have no idea, honestly. Will this get to anywhere near 52,000? How much extra thrust do we need? Let's find out. Did I put a pilot in this thing? Or light in this case? Yes. Oh, there's no, no, okay, hang on. Just recover vessel. No, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to recover vessel. Or I didn't mean to recover it, I meant to revert to it because it's still there. Yeah, fly that again. Okay. Revert flight. Revert to vehicle assembly. We're going to put some fins on this bad boy. These could provide a problem for fin placement. Could I do this? Like, do these work if I put them like that? I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to put some... I don't know which of these is the best. But we're going to go with some basic fins. They look a bit tiny, don't they? I'm not sure whether that's going to make any difference, but we'll give it a go. Okay. Good luck, Jebediah. We need to get you to 52,000. We should be able to do that. There are... Oh, right, material studies, but we haven't done at ground level yet. But we won't do that on this one. We're going to do material study in the outside atmosphere, I suspect. Alright, all this looking good. Jebediah's looking happy. Max speed, SAS on. Not that that'll matter. Because I'm pretty sure he has... that's a problem, yeah. We have to splash down, but I think he has 0 gimbal control. Alright, yeah, and we're on test. Oh, crap. I didn't know that launched. Okay. Well... Let's do a material study. Lose the sides. Yeah, I have no control right now because there's 0. Oh no, there's fins. The fins give a certain degree of control. EVA report? Probably not. Well, maybe if we had fins on the side. Let's no, not to launch. That stuff burned fast. Yes, it did. All right, let's to run the test. Let's just fire them. I think that will count. Let's revert to vehicle assembly. We need some more fins. The infamous phallic heavy. Oh god, it is slightly phallic, isn't it? Alright, let's stick some fins. Like, actually under this part. And see if they give us a little bit more control once we jettison this part. I don't know if this will work. Because of the obvious kind of... Like... Maybe we'll be able to get rid of these without blowing up the fins. Let's find out. What are we firing first? No, these should fire simultaneously. And this should go here. Okay. Let's do this thing. I don't know, Christo. It seems vaguely unstable. It's not... We are trying to do a cheapo rocket. But no, it is very unstable. SAS on. Because we can SAS. I keep saying, there's no gimbal because we just have this, but we do have some control over direction because of the fins. Launch. Did we complete the tests? Yes. Now we're going to try and pivot right, just slightly. I don't think we can. Okay, and drop those. And we're just going straight up. I'm trying as hard as I can to move in that direction so that we land in the ocean. Our apoapsis is getting up there. Right, yeah, material study, please. Great. We're getting slightly hot. Close the doors. Yeah, no, apoapsis is high enough. That's fantastic. We might explode because we're going too quickly. We're going way too high. What just blew up? Okay. Get ready. Oh, it's only Hall. Wait, no. Yeah, Hall the Thumper up there. But we're going too quickly now for this. So maybe we'll get it on the way down? Or it might slow down enough. I don't know. Yeah, that's a problem. So we're in space now. But I can, for some reason, spin it around. Oh, that's right, because there's a certain degree of gimbal control. No, the parachute didn't blow up. Good. There's a certain amount of gimbal you have just from this thing itself. As long as we still have power. Which we are running out of. But, I mean... So, I mean... Yeah, we have way too much thrust. Because we only want to go to 52,000, then top out at 50,000, then come back down. So what I want to do... So we're revert to launch, not launch, revert vehicle assembly. Grabs fire extinguisher, yeah. How is the audio balance on the actual firing engines, by the way? Can you still hear me? Can you not hear them at all? Alright, revert to vehicle assembly. What we're going to do is we're just going to lower the amount of fuel in the solid booster to half. And see if that means we end up at the right height. Half might be too low, but we'll test it and we'll see. This is why you don't let strategists build rockets. Well, I'm having fun. SAS on. Check marks up. Thrust all the way up. Launch. We're going to do the materials study. No, we do it now. I think that's fine. And then we'll close the doors straight away to make us slightly more aerodynamic. Lose those. Nice. Conveniently blow each other up so that you don't have them fall and hit anything. I think we can pivot. Oh, we're not going to go high enough. Oh, we are! Oh, that's beautiful! No, that's too high. That's too high again. But we're going to lose height as we go through the atmosphere. I'm trying to turn to make ourselves less aerodynamic, so we go lower. Maybe I don't need to. This might work. This might work. Okay, is there anything else I have to do? Doesn't look like it. Well, we have to have the radial decoupler on the way down. Oh, I forgot to put a radial decoupler. Oh. Revert. It's going way too fast. Next launch. Full thrust. There's no option for thrust on solid fuel boosters, in my defense. They're all go or nothing. Yeah, so we need to put the world's weirdest radial decoupler on this bad boy. Because we have to have it when we splash down. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Use liquid fuel. Well, the mission requires we have solid fuel boosters. And if we can do it using just solid fuel boosters rather than sticking liquid fuel boosters on it. Not that we have liquid fuel boosters here, but liquid fuel engines on it. That'd be better. This is, I mean, I don't need to explain how stupid this is, do I? Let's do the material study. Grab them. And then immediately close these before we get too high friction. Get ready to dump the small ones. Dump them. Okay, pivot right as hard as we can. Now I feel like we're not going to go high enough. The apoapsis gets exponentially higher though, as you accelerate more and more. Okay, that looks pretty good. We might not make it high enough. We might need to put a tiny bit more fuel in. Okay, we've got done radial decoupler, done flea booster. We have to test the radial decoupler while splash down. So that's fine, we just have to splash down and not have it break. Now we just have to get to 52,000. Which I think we're not going to do. Well, it's not dropping that quickly. Are we going to splash down right now, by the way? I think we are. Yes. It's this nice big ocean just here. God, It's dark, isn't it? I can't see much either, by the way. It looks like we didn't need the thermometer and the pressure gauge. I think we're going to get high enough. Speed up time slightly here. Just to get up there. Okay, slow it right down. We're going fast enough. We're definitely going to make it. What are we testing? Oh no, it's just hauling. We're not testing. Okay, now all we have to do is splash down. Okay. This angle is really harsh. You want to come in at a shallow angle so you decelerate slowly. Well, first things first. Let's rotate it around and then just get rid of this thumper. Bye-bye. Now we align to retrograde. And we wait. We just wait for us to top out. And then slowly come back down. He's staying aligned on the retrograde for us, which is very convenient. Wait. Where'd the... Oh, oops. What did I just do? Oh, I fired the parachute. That doesn't matter, because it won't actually activate till we're lower. Where the heck did our... Am I mad? What happened to the... What happened to our... This thing? I think I must have just... Oh, I did. I launched it. Okay, we need a separate stage, which is this. And in fact, that's above the parachute. How do I put another stage up here? I think I don't. I just do this. Okay, there we go. Launch. I decoupled it. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright. Let's try the thing again. SS. Max thrust. Material study once we take off. Oh, we could do the material study. Did we get to space that time? I don't think we did get to space. So yeah, let's just do it when we're flying. Launch. Observe. Get it. Close the doors. Get ready to drop the fleas. Dump them. Please don't blow up my base. Pivot right just slightly to ensure that we land in the right place. Okay, we're getting pretty hot. We look like we're getting hotter than last time, but I don't know. Okay, that cuts out. And now we just need to let it go while we get all the way up there. And slowly start to come down. Maybe I should have pivoted harder right. So that our re-entry angle was more smooth. Or less... okay, got all the other missions. Okay, so now we just want to dump. Do we want to dump this? Maybe we want to dump it at the last possible minute. No, I think we dump it now. We align to retrograde. And then we come back down. Cool. And if this thing doesn't burn up on re-entry, I'll be amazed. Although, I mean, we're coming in pretty slow. But the angle is not good. No, we want to be at like that angle, basically, in order to let the atmosphere slowly decelerate you. But I don't know. I mean, we're going straight down now. But no, looks like we're going to be fine. Okay, don't forget. Pop the parachute, and then it will activate. Let's make it slightly higher, because we're a bit heavier than normal. Just to be safe. Wait, what? Oh, that's the auto-activate height. No, this is like the open height. That's right. Because when it's like this, it barely decelerates you at all. And then when you get down to that height, it widens out. Okay, I think we're going to do it. As long as we don't blow up the decoupler on hitting the water, which we might. And if we take these science juniors on our missions now, we're going to get loads of extra science. Because these things give you loads of science, but they're quite heavy. And obviously, as you can see, a little bit bulky. Okay, speed it up. Parachute pops. And we're all good. We're going very slowly. Nice! Look at that. Jebediah is having a time of his life down there. Interior overlay. Oh, that's right. You can turn that on and then you get to like see Jeb in there. Which is pretty cool. Alright, down we come. We didn't need to put the parachute early, as it turns out. Awesome. So that's going to be a nice little boost in our science department. And we should make some money off those. Please don't break. It didn't break. Huzzah. Awesome. So now we test this, which might mean right-clicking testing. Or I think you just decouple it. What? Oh. you have to press space to activate the stage for it to count as testing this. That's infuriating. All right, we'll just do a quick mission to do that. Recover the vessel. We can just do a real quick little titchy rocket that will send off very slightly east. We did get a bunch of science. Recovered some parts. Jeb's ready for his next assignment. Oh, those parts did apparently crash down on the launch pad, but it doesn't look broken to me, so we should be okay. All right, vehicle assembly building. We're just gonna do a real quick little hatchet job where we do this essentially. We're gonna put some fins on it. Which way does it orientate on the launch pad? Because I only need two fins actually. But yeah, we whack some like big fins on this bad boy. Then we'll give ourselves control, despite the fact that it needs to be below the decoupler. Shit, Kerbal Space Program again. What did you miss? Well, we just launched the Falcon Light, but when we took a booster up, we're just building some science and cash right now. So I'm just trying to complete contracts, and we forgot to activate the. We don't need this, or this, or this. We forgot to actually had to actually activate this as part of a stage in order to have it count. Unavailable experimental parts. The radial decoupler. But oh, it's the wrong radial decoupler. That's why. It was these that we needed. I thought it was weird we'd have to splash down with that piece of garbage on the side. It's all nasty. Alright, that'll do. All we have to do is splash down with this thing. Maybe there'll be a contract to send a car to Duna. Yeah, that would be fun. Alright, so all we need to do. Well, I mean, while we're here, let's material study. And then recover vessel. We're just building some science right now. The long-term goal for this episode is going to be to try and land on the moon. But we're just building some science and funds right now. So we're just going to launch exactly the same ship again. How does it... We could actually... I mean, hauling scientists up as well as pilots is a pain. Because... but that's how you, like, reset this thing on the go. Okay. SAS. Launch. And pivot right. Yeah, look at that. Get loads of pivot off these things. Okay. Now, dump all that. Please don't blow up my space station. It might. Okay. And we're going to do the material study when we splash down, I think. Hi chat, hey, is there any mods being used in this Kerbal place as Super Jailer? How do you say your second name? Is it something like Jailer? Giola? I don't know. Yes, we're using two mods, both of which are visible here. We're using MechJeb. You can use MechJeb to automate basically everything, but I find that pretty boring. Oh, right, sorry. Let me just not be distracted too much and remember to do this. But we still got it set to... No, 1000 is fine. Okay, here we have MechJeb, which gives you all kinds of options for information, basically none of which I understand, except this one, which tells you the apoapsis, the orbital speed, periapsis, orbital period, time to apoapsis. That's a really valuable one for me. Basically, I have this because I really like having... Deploy? Thank you. I really like having it telling you what your apoapsis is and telling you your time to apoapsis. I find that, and periapsis when you're trying to orbit. I find those really, really useful. I also have the science here and now thing, which basically says right now, with the current science, what you have on your ship. Where'd it go? Oh, I did it again. I keep launching the damn... I keep launching the damn decoupler early. Alright, SAS, launch. Tilt right. We could just tilt right much harder, actually. And then, like... Oh, God. And then I was trying to dump it early, but of course it was holding itself to us, so we couldn't dump it early. Yeah, align retrograde. Not that that matters. Whoa. Oh, right, because we're going up still. Yeah, so X Science Here and Now is a mod that adds in the ability to basically tell you what science you should do right now, basically. And it tells you how much science is available for stuff that you need to do right now, which is really valuable. And you can just click on it to automatically do that particular study. You wouldn't be able to pronounce it correctly, honestly, but if you say... Where's our freaking decoupler? It must be because I've staged it wrong. You can say go, pronounced by gear. The thing is, I don't know how you pronounce O with an umlaut. Or is that... No, that's not an umlaut. An umlaut is like a little V, right? Right, we need an extra stage. We need the parachute... Excuse me. Parachute below the decoupler. Okay, okay, okay. Hard tilt. Like the hardest of tilts. So you don't want to go very high. And then dump this nonsense. Goobler. Like Goering. Alright, so it's super Gooler. Something like that? Goering. Goobler. Something like that? Alright, still got the decoupler. Good. Goobler. Okay, cool. Super Goobler. Nice. You got it. Awesome. Alright, pop the parachute. Don't hit space again until we splash down. Alright, nice and easy. But yeah. So we're going to build some more science, do some more contracts. Land on the moon. Sorry. Oh, God. That was our engine splashing down over there. Let's speed up time. Do 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 do. Okay, so as soon as we splash down, we can fire this thing off. And we can do a material study when we're splashed down, because we haven't done that yet. So we should be able to get a reasonable amount of science out of that. Yep, a little bit there. 10, nice. And launch that thing off into space. Where did it go? Did it go? There it goes. Awesome. And have I EVA'd? Splash down? Probably. Yes. Okay, get back on. Recover vessel. Woe is me. It's pretty good. How is the audio balance? No one has answered me on this question. I don't think. 10 more science. Much more stuff. Alright, we got 90 science. That's what we were after. So we can get these puppies. Do we want these? No, these aren't vital. By the way, Archangel, at some point, I'd love you to explain how to use... what are they called? The little microjet things. I can never make them work properly. Audio's fine, it's good. Okay, thank you, sorry. I imagine from how Russian put that, he has already told me. You haven't really answered it. Oh, and as I look up the chat, you also say it's on the same stage. I'm sorry. Alright, new contracts. Vary 2 of these guys. Where do you want to go? Suborbital spaceflight on Kerbal. That's the easiest money of all time. Excuse me, sorry. By the way, when is Waking the Tiber come out? I've forgotten, it's the 8th of March. 8th of March. This is really easy to do. Suborbital space flights. Okay, so we have to actually get them above 70,000. It's not the easiest thing of all time. But we could do this while taking our science lab, what's it called? Science Junior, up into space. So we can do a test there. So that'll be good for science. So let's do that, just to provide some funds for our science mission, basically. Explore the Mun, not yet. Attend the Rocco Max brand decoupler while landed at Kerbal. That's the easiest money of all time. Let's do that. It's funny, I can tell when I've been watching lots of Northern Lion stuff. I keep saying of all, you know, easiest money of all time, stuff like that. His diction rubs off on me. Alright, haul the spark engine into orbit. No. No. This, we can do this, because this basically just means re-enter. That's a very specific speed. We could probably pull that off. Test an aerosine protective shell at the launch site. That's easy. An extra large parachute. We could take an extra large parachute. How do you feel about Waking the Tiger? I think it looks awesome. I know I'm biased because, you know, they literally pay me, but it does look freaking awesome. We want you to test the extra large in flight. 3,000 to 8,000, going slowly. We could just use an extra large parachute on the way down. Yeah, okay, that's enough missions. I'll overload my brain. Naval fix when? Did you read the dev diary today? Dev diary today is all about naval UI and changes to how bits of the Navy work. And they've also said in the dev diary today that we understand that we haven't focused on the naval area of Hoy as much as some other areas, and so we're going to have extra focus on the Navy going forwards. So that should be good. But what I've seen, it looks like once again you're just too heavily focused on expanding focus trees. No, that's not right. The whole decision system is massive. It hugely changes how the game works. Alright, let's take... Yeah, we're going to take Science Junior. Already got Science Junior. Take this nonsense off. And this. We need the mini one of these. There we go. Just to complete that contract. Alright, now we need... Oh yeah, we have to take tourists. Yeah, bringing tourists home is tricky because they make you so much heavier. Right, and we need the heavier one of these. Where do you put tourists again? It's under utilities? Yeah. Crew cabin. Followed by heat shield. Okay. What are those? Lights. Are they new? A strong beam of photons in its petrograde direction. It's a big flashlight. Yeah, very funny. Alright, we need the extra large one of these. And we're taking... this looks awful, I know. And to help compensate with the fact that it looks so awful, we're taking one of these. But that's got to be under a decoupler. So, stack decoupler. Stick that on there. And then this comes up here. Excuse me, let me place it. It won't. There we go. No, just like, there we go. Alright, nice. We need to test this. Gotta take the, alright, okay, don't forget to put the freaking tourists into the rocket. There we go. Extra large parachute, yep. Protective shell, yep. Rockomax band decoupler while landed. Okay. Acknowledge that his new spacesuits are inspired by games like Mass Effect. That is cool. He said himself that he loves Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 is good. I prefer Mass Effect 1, but I always prefer the first entry. I recognise that my psychology is entirely susceptible to the whole just enjoying the first entry more than everything else. Now, how are we going to actually get this thing up there? We have our spaghetti staging now. Or what? I keep calling it spaghetti staging. Asparagus staging? So we could try some of that. We could try some actual spaghetti oh my god. Asparagus staging. But this is a heavy freaking payload that we're putting up there. And we're trying to launch something into space which weighs only 3.1 tons actually. That's not too bad. No, this is like really heavy. Okay, engines. I think we probably just go with Reliant because I think Reliant is more efficient. Remind me what the ratio is on here. Asparagus does not equal spaghetti. Okay, dude. I know. A bit phallic. Rockets often end up looking a little bit phallic. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Don't ban me, Twitch. Which is the like efficiency stat on here? Like in terms of fuel per thrust. I know it's some ratio or something. Is it the ASL? Well, I believe the Reliant is more efficient. So we'll use the Reliant. And then we'll put... Oh, I don't have the right decouplers. Well, we can try and make it work with radial decouplers, but I think it'll be interesting. So we're going to stick on here. Let me put this a bit higher. We put on some of these. Like that. And like that. That might be getting a bit low. We might hit our second stage reliance with our first stage, but we'll see. Just pick the one with larger numbers. TWR, thrust to weight ratio. Yeah, that sounds right. Where's that? I can't see thrust TWR on the screen. Am I just being an idiot? ISP is also important. What is ISP? Maybe thrust to weight is when you just calculate by looking at the thrust and looking at the weight. Anyway, we're going to need some nose cones on there. Alright, and don't forget to rig up these external ones to this internal one. Like that. Good. Now this one will want some... Alright, which fins should I be using? I think these are... We want more control area, right? Can you move fins? No, I don't think you can move fins. It's only winglets you can move. So... And this can deflect more. But these are heavier. Oh, they're a bit larger, I think. Impulse is how efficiently it uses fuel. Okay. That's specific impulse. Okay, cool. Thank you. Alright, I think we want some control surfaces. But that's pretty... These are pretty big. Let's stick some of these on. Okay. And we're going to want some... of these. That looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Let's put some more, let's put some more on. Okay. So what do we actually have to do? Test the parachute at this height. It's doable. Oh, wait. We have to test the parachute. Testing the parachute means firing the parachute, I think. So, problem with this might be that this means we can't... I wanted to kind of use the parachute to slow us down. Make sure I can calculate this for you, including thrust to weight. Yeah? Well, we might try and use that in a minute then. Well, not in a minute. So take him to suborbital spaceflight, that's fine. Test it. Oh, hang on, we have to test this at the launch site? That might mean we have to just launch this off at the launch site. If that's true, we'll just launch it off and then recover the vessel and do it again, which is fine. Alright, so what should we call this one? This is the unfortunately phallic Mark 1. It's not yourself phallic, is it? Phallic is that PH? Phallic? I have no idea. How do you spell phallic? I'm garbage at spelling, in case you didn't know. PH. Alright, there we go. This is the unfortunately phallic Mark 1. We need to get the heat shield in flight. That's fine. We have to remember to test that. I'm missing an L. Okay, thank you, chat. Literally all these words are wrong. Native British, I know. Alright, these look like they're off. No? No, they aren't off, it just looks like the supports are off. That's fine. Okay, so fire the supports. They're spelled unfortunately wrong as well. This is why I don't name stuff as much as I would in these things. Oh god, there's too many spellings coming out now in chat. It's confusing me. Fortunately. Like that. Fantastic. Alright. Launch these, and the rockets, and the other rockets. And then dump the outside ones. Then dump the protective shell. Then dump the whole bottom part. Then launch the parachute. Looks pretty good. Copy paste your spelling. No, still wrong. Oh well. It's the unfortunately misspelled phallic. This is why I don't name stuff. But yeah, because I'm absolute garbage at spelling stuff, right? Without spell check. Okay. SAS. Right, yeah, so to test this, I think you have to just deploy it. So let's just, let's do something a bit weird. Let's do another material study while here. Then let's put this at the bottom in a new stage. Test it. They fall rather slowly, don't they? And then let's recover the vessel. How are you so good at this? So good at what? Misspelling stuff. Drawing pheromones before leaving the atmo. Bold, I like it. Now, so the idea is we have to test it at the launch site. So, I mean, there you go. We tested it. And then we recovered it, so we got all the money back. So now we just do it again. There we go. Beautiful. So what we'll do for naming future rockets. Oh. Well, that's a shame. We can't use this because we could only had access to it because of the contract. So now we have this beautifully aerodynamic final stage. Let's do it. No problem. Yeah, what's more bold than deploying the fairings before you leave the atmosphere? No fairings at all. Sounds good. Let's do this thing. Launch. Oh, that's pretty slow. But remember, once we get up, we're going to be dropping lots of this weight and still having this bit full. Because you see, this fuel tank is not draining. Because the fuel from this one is going into this one. We have way too much fuel, I think. I think we have too much... Well, I don't know. We're going very slowly. But I think we have... Oh, what's going on? Guys, what are you doing? What? I think I might have hit a button while attempt... Okay, no, this is fine. We're regaining control. SAS. SAS! Oh. Okay, go. No, this is fine. Adjust. Okay. Cut engines. Pivot up. Pivot up. No, fire engine. No. Okay, pivot. Fire. Yes. No. Fire again. There we go. There we go. Okay, correct it. Correct it. No. Okay. Okay. This is. Dump those. They're holding us down. Dump that. Deploy the parachute. Oh right, the Ruckermax brand decoupler. We'll do that on a different mission. Well, all right, I'm gonna revert that. Let's revert it to launch and see if it was flight error. Because it might have just been me flying it badly. Because I used the mute shortcut key on my keyboard, and that might be why that happened. But let's try this. They're quite loud, those on those. What are they called? Launch stability assists or something. The main objective is just to get up there to space, do some science, and come home again. See, why? Why, though? Please don't. Why? I don't understand. It's fine. It's fine. Just wait for it to spin. No. What? What is going on? Did you not reach the... You did not reach the target height. I'm aware I didn't reach the target height. We weren't even close. Alright, let's just speed this thing up. Not enough aerodynamics. Yeah. Alright. Good night, sweet prince. Let's revert that one. Vehicle assembly. Alright, we need more aerodynamics. 2 fins ain't gonna cut it. Yeah. But I mean, the other option is to stick fins, like, here. Which just looks so weird. But maybe that'll work. Let's try this. I mean, that's just... It looks wildly incorrect, doesn't it? But maybe that'll help. Because our problem was moving this way, which means you need fins. It's really hard to show the directions. But I think if you go this way too much, you need more control surfaces. Okay, this is how you actually explain it without sounding like an idiot. If you move in one direction, you want control surfaces perpendicular to the direction you moved. I think. Let's try this. Looks pretty stable so far. My confusion is, how did it suddenly destabilize? Seems to be going pretty straight up right now. No, it's tilting this way again. But I think the control surfaces brought it back. Yes. Thank you, SAS. Fantastic. Looking pretty good so far. Okay, so we think we've got the control issue sorted out. Right, we should decelerate. How do I decelerate? No. There we go. decelerate, and we should turn. Do you still do a gravity turn if you're not trying to go to... Oh god, the gravity turn has balked it. Do you still gravity turn in if you're not trying to go into orbit? I think you do. Or do you? Help Gandalf. Atmosphere's thinning out yet, so we can... Oh no, don't lower the run. Increase thrust. What's the speed you don't want to go above to avoid getting screwed by air resistance? I can't remember. Alright, almost time to dump these. You always do a gravity turn. Okay, good. Almost time. And dump them. Good. Cut. We're going high enough. Yes. Now what we need to do is test the heat shield in flight. That should be done like automatically. Test the parachute in flight. So we have to be going real slow on re-entry. It's 900. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Okay, so wait, are we still going higher? Yeah, we're still going higher. Good. We got so much fuel. Like we could have built this without like either of these fuel tanks, and it would have been better. You increase the periapsis faster the lower you are, which is how orbital slingshots work. Likewise, you increase your orbital periapsis in curving while you're still low. Okay, that makes sense. Now, we are in space, which should complete... Wait, why only one of them? Oh, one of them wanted orbital space flight. Alright, change of plans. Observe the material bay. Wait, no, we've already done this. Okay, reset experiment. We're going to try and orbit. That's how it normally works, right? You got lots of extra fuel and you just think to yourself, you know what? Why don't we just orbit? Should you order pizza or not? No, pizza's not that good. Okay, 30 seconds. I reckon we have to burn for longer than a minute. But impromptu orbit is always the best orbit. We're almost certainly not going to make it. But we've got loads of fuel still in this thing. These are now just dead weight. I wish we didn't have those. Retracted. Why would you want to make them less powerful control surfaces, though? Are you serious? Wasting so much delta V. Which way... Where should I be pointing? Shouldn't I be pointing about here? You know I'm mostly trying this just because I think it'll be amusing. Where should I be pointing? Like, slightly below? Further above? We might make it, you know. I know we are now at apoapsis, and I think you want to burn... No, hang on. Just get that a bit more. I think you want to burn... all of your orbital burn should happen before you hit apoapsis, I think? Or do you want to do half of it before and half of it after? But now, look, we're getting... apoapsis is going a bit higher because we're tilting up. I didn't realise this guy wanted to orbit. But if he wants to orbit, gosh darn it. Yes! You're wasting delta V because you didn't raise the periapsis before. So you raised same fuel to raise it by the same amount. Oh. I thought you went up to space and then burnt when you were at apoapsis. You're telling me I should have burnt so that my apoapsis was way higher. And then done a horizontal burn to get into orbit. Is that right? We are now in orbit. So, I mean... Like, you know, hate's gonna hate, but we're orbiting the planet, so. Anyway, let's try material bay. Oh no, material bay is not different when you're orbiting. I remember. Alright, keep that on. Get out. I think we've already done all our orbiting Kerbal EVA reports, though. Oh god. Him getting out has thrown us into a spin. That's funny. Turn SAS back on. This is why you do gravity turns, to use up fuel when you're low. Oh, you're just saying that we wasted it because we didn't do the gravity turn. Not that we should have done like loads of burning earlier on. Just the gravity turn thing. Okay. Going straight up and burning is super bad. Yes, no, okay, I think I understand. I think I follow now. Okay, so now we just have to be at 3,000 to 8,000. What am I doing? Align retrograde. We need to decay our orbit. So this one should be automatic. We're not going to be able to do this one, I don't think. I think we should just do a little tiny rubbish rocket in order to do this one. Now, where do you burn to decay orbit? I think it's at apoapsis. I think. So let's warp to apoapsis. And then burn in order to decrease periapsis. Sounds good. Okay, a bit faster. Slow down. Okay. Align retrograde. If you'd be so good. We're going to run out of electric charge soon. But as soon as we start firing stuff, that'll be okay. Apoapsis. Yes, good. And we want our... Close the doors, please. And we want our new apoapsis... Sorry, our new periapsis to be about 40,000, I believe. Problem is that... Oh, look at the arrow. I feel like this is going to blow up. But we'll see. There we go. 40,000. And now, okay, teach me about when you should and shouldn't use fuel to decelerate. Although actually we have to be going pretty fast anyway. But if you were coming in and you wanted to make it as safe as possible, what I would do is just basically keep burning at retrograde in order to try and decelerate myself. But I feel like that might be wrong because then you're coming in a much sharper atmosphere. Perhaps it should be it's 40,000. That way you can just eject the capsule and slow down via the atmosphere. Okay. So I shouldn't at this point try and slow myself down because just coming in at the good angle is the best way to actually do the deceleration. Is that correct? Just going to wait for the confirm on that before I dump this part and then go for the re-entry. Just refill my water. Decelerating to land at Kerbal when you're already falling is basically useless. Okay, okay, good. I thought that might be the case. Sorry, that's quite loud. Try and remember to mute my mic. I keep forgetting that I now have a mute button on my mic since Christmas, so... Air resistance slows yourself down the fastest. Okay, so now we want to do a little spin. Just to make sure this thing doesn't stick with us. And then we're going to go... Align back to retrograde. And we're going to re-enter. I really love watching things slowly drift away when you're both on a very similar trajectory. I think that's so cool. Alright, in we go. And we will slow it down once we actually start getting close, because he at 4 times warp he doesn't SAS doesn't work. Okay. I think we might be too slow to test this heat shield. What the hell is this monstrosity? What kind of monstrosity? Throat sweet. It's not a throat sweet, it's water. This is not the shape a landing capsule is supposed to be. Yes. Did you not notice earlier? I built a monster. We have to... It's because the mission requires us to have one of the large parachutes. We also have an extra heat shield. So we'll be fine. Well, it's because we've got tourists with us. Oh, look. North Korea. Where? This thing. Is that Japan, then? I don't know. I don't think we're going to be going fast enough. But we might, because we're still in the thin air. Let's go a bit faster. The capsule should be thick at the bottom and thin at the top. I mean, it's thin here. So the air will push you and land on that side, so the heat shield is useless. Now the air will push you so you land on your side? No. I mean, you're normally right, but no. I don't think so. Really? Will it? But won't it? I don't think it will. Because the increased resistance should be the same on both sides. The side that has the most surface area now. Really? Tourists in space, let's burn them. Alright, so... Well, we'll see. We'll see. I swear I've splashed down things with a larger surface area on the side than the bottom. And they've not flipped around. Let's just speed it up until we actually get to air that's providing serious resistance. Okay. I mean, look. It's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, good. Now, test the heat shield. Test the heat shield. Run test. Yes. We did it. Okay. We shouldn't have brought the materials study. In the next one, we just won't bring that because it turns out we don't have enough. Hopefully the SAS is strong enough to save these guys. Yeah. We have enough electric charge to keep the SAS running at the current rate for a long time. Now, do we run tests on this or do we fire it? No, we just fire it. So, all we have to do is launch the parachute when we're below 8,000. If we slow down to 300 meters per second, which we won't. Well, we might. We'll see. Why is your black ass following me? I have no idea. Alright, here we go, here we go. Let's find out. Where's the noise? Are we still too far out in space for it to give us, like, burning noise, I guess? How you guys all doing down there? Let's take a look at them on the inside. They're having a whale of a time. Wouldn't this guy have problems because he's facing in the wrong direction for launch? I feel like, well, I don't know. Let's keep this on. I think that'll be entertaining. I'm not sure how good reaction wheels are on this ship. We don't have any reaction wheels. I didn't put any on. Do you mean you think they would be good? Oh, what have I done? That was interesting. But yeah, so there's extra friction from this. But, I mean, this is fine. We may or may not blow up. But we're decelerating very slowly. We might make it a second time around the planet. No, our periapsis is negative already. We didn't bring a rocket man back, it's fine, we'll do that next time. The parachute may be too exposed. Yeah, I think the parachute might blow up. And you're right, we do look like we're kind of, well, no, we're still at exactly the right angle, I think, because we're bang on retrograde. I think it's going to be fine. So much flame, I know. What is it that actually creates... Is the stuff you see behind ships... What is that? Is that hot air? Is that particles of the heat shield that are being ripped off and then being very hot so they're glowing? It's air. It's hot air. Cool. Friction creates heat. I know, friction... Alright. Gandalf, you provide me with some very useful answers to some questions. And I'm not very good at this game. But I'm not a complete idiot. I know that there's friction. Isn't it ozone? See? This is the kind of things I'm talking about. Apollo Potato, good name, knows what I'm on about. I just wondered what particular thing was being heated up. Is it like it could, because it could have theoretically have been stuff being kind of burnt off the heat shield, but no. Oh yeah, if you superheat oxygen, isn't there something about if you superheat oxygen it becomes ozone? Maybe? I don't know. That one I'm not very convinced on. This is taking a while, isn't it? Let's speed up a bit more. Oh, there's a distinct wobble. Yeah, okay, you are right, Gandalf. It's the SAS that's saving our ass. Look at that. The SAS is using 8 times more power than it was when we were in space. So it is the SAS. So we might run out of fuel before we get down. Not fuel, but electric charge before we get down. Let's keep that. Mech jet case. Electric charge doesn't matter. Unless this is... Oh. That's a bit of a... It's worrying. That wobble is worrying. Now what we have to do is deploy this after we slow down to 300 meters per second. But I'm not convinced we're gonna slow down to 300 meters per second. But we didn't blow up, so that's excellent. But yeah, it is the SAS, and the SAS is capped out right now. Wow. It's using 0.27 just on that. Okay. Well, they're trying. Are we still at time dilation? No. NASA hire me, please. Hey, Submarine, how you doing? I mean, I think we might make it. Like, we're getting down. Our speed is dropping real rapid. You know what? The fact that we're coming down at an angle is actually the thing that's decelerating us fast enough. That might be it. Maybe I'm actually just a genius. We're going slow enough. As soon as we hit 8,000, we deploy the parachute. Yeah, crew report. Sure. Apparently we've never been flying over Kerbal Finance. I could ruin it right now by EVAing, and I'm pretty sure the air resistance would rip him off the ship. And... yeah. Now don't, like, break off because you're the wrong size. Oh, we were getting low on that electric charge. You're doing well, thank you. First time you're viewing me live. Oh, cool. Well, I'm kind of sorry it's not the typical Christo stream then. Oh, no. Twitch just crashed. Maybe... you're going to lose... Can you hear me? Hang on. My Twitch chat and my... oh, no, it's all crashed. Okay, I'm still live. Can you still hear me? Got a while while it comes down at speed 1, so... that was weird. It appears to be back up now. If you said anything in the last 30 seconds, I'm afraid I didn't see it. Because Twitch chat doesn't save old chat before we arrive, which is baffling. But anyway, we're back. Okay. Well, we did 3 out of 4. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. It was quite an expensive rocket, but I think we'll make a profit. God darn it, says Russian Bias. What did I miss? You're upset that I survived. We haven't survived yet, though. We're going at 8 meters a second. I think this thing has a tolerance of 9. So, how much longer will you be streaming? I'm not sure. At least a couple of hours, I think. Although I'll have to take a break in an hour and a half. Please don't block. Please don't block. Oh, baby. Holy crap. The heat shield blew up. The heat shield blew up. That's so good. Okay. We're alive. Taurus survived. That's so good. Okay, so if you don't understand why I'm so pleased. When you impact, it breaks things. And I think it just breaks things, like, in order, basically, going up. And I think it broke, yeah. Both the heat shields exploded, but the crew cabin didn't. Slight brain damage on the Kerbals, yeah. Alright, crew report. Requires the Mark 1 crew cabin to be manned. Jebediah, you alright? He's alive, he's manned. What are you talking about? Do a crew report. Alright, existing crew report. Yeah, sure. And EVA. EVA landed at Kerbal Highlands. Reboard. Nice. Recover the vessel. Hell yeah. I'm very pleased with that. That was a ramshackle job. I didn't realise one of them wanted to orbit. We didn't realise one wanted to orbit. We came in with a bizarre shaped landing craft. It was beautiful. I think it's a bit weird that the game tracks the XP on tourists because they vanish once you've done them. 11 science earns, not much. Recovered some funding. Recover the debris from there, get a bit extra money. Okay, now what was the last one that we didn't actually complete? Heat shields are very weak when it comes to impact. Cabins are obviously the strongest parts. Impromptu super orbit and barely surviving. It was beautiful, wasn't it? Alright, that's the... so ends the flight of the unfortunately phallic Mark 1. It's not that phallic. It was much more phallic when it had the other thing. The Aerostream fairing thing. Alright, new rocket. We're just going to quickly complete this last one. Land with a Rockomax brand decoupler. Easiest thing. Okay, stick a parachute on. Stick like the titchiest fuel tank there ever was. No, this one. And stick a titchiest, the cheapest engine that exists is, well, technically this one, but we'll use this one so we have a bit more control. Okay, and now we just need the decoupler. There's nothing wrong with this. You know what this looks like? This looks like a Colossus. Someone tell me how you spell Colossus, because I'll get it wrong. This looks like a Colossus from Stellaris, the planet crackers. Wait, you actually ended up playing this game? Yeah, I like this game. I've played this game for, let me check, like 55 hours before I started streaming it. Why do you use that decoupler? Because the mission is just to do this. Why? Yeah, we need to do this. Congress, so a link. Hang on, let me check this out. This is why you hate planes. Oh, good lord, what is that? Fire control. Oh god, that does look complicated. I'm just gonna check how you spell Colossus. Colossus. I actually got it right first. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. So, we're gonna call this the Colossus because it looks like a Colossus out of the new Stellaris expansion. Okay, so all we have to do is land with this, and that's going to be... Actually, we should take... Will it work even though it's not actually, like, touching? I suspect it will. Thank you, Gandalf, in chat, for telling me how I spell Colossus. Let's put a Science Junior on it, because there is about 9 science available for just landing with a Science Junior. Let's go. So I'm pretty sure all we have to do is like, oh, it's the wrong button. Reverse launch. All we have to do is take off, move a tiny bit to the side. I didn't stage it. We don't even necessarily need the parachute. Like, 0 thrust. Fire the engine. Thrust up. Okay, this engine isn't actually powerful enough to make us lift off. Revert to vehicle assembly. Play Papers, Please. I think Papers... controversial opinion. I don't like Papers, Please. I played it for half an hour, and it was repetitive and boring. And I get that it's making, like... In some ways, that's the point. It's making a point about how the evil stuff can become repetitive and boring and all that stuff. You have to test it landed at the launch pad. No. Oh, yeah, okay. You're right. Revert flight. Vehicle assembly. You literally need a decoupler of the pod thing. You are correct. The reason it was giving us science is because we landed at the Highlands and we're not actually going that far. So, launch. I won't forget you asked Oscar. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I played it for like an hour and then refunded it because it was just dull. I mean, it just struck me as repetitive, not my kind of thing. Hell yeah. Mission. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Mission accomplished. I thought we were suddenly in space, but I just panned the camera up. Thank you, Seedler. Much appreciated. Okay. And we recovered all these parts. Recover that. Awesome. Made a tiny bit of money out of that. Okay, okay. Let's try a satellite. Can we do these at the same time? No, because they have different... millions of meters up seems like a long way. Build an unmanned probe. We could try this. I have done this before. You like the music? Music in Papers, Please? Yeah, it was pretty good. And the poodle, that's a titchy one, right? Let's try one of these. And go on, why not do the harder one? Equatorial orbit means, like, if you just got the equator and then stretched it out into space, I think. So that's easy enough. I think this would be really difficult to do without maneuver nodes, though. How do I unlock maneuver nodes? Is it advanced flight control? I don't know where it actually comes in. No, no, you have to upgrade something from maneuver nodes. Is it the... oh, you don't. You right click. I think. Okay. Right click on the tracking station. Patched conics available in map. That doesn't sound right. Maybe it's mission control? No. Spaceplane doesn't matter. Equatorial orbit should be easy since it's on the equator. Yes. Yes, I believe that is... I think I did know that to be the case. Why aren't... How do I get maneuver nodes? Someone help me out here. Or I'll just Google it. Kerbal's base program. Maneuver node. Unlock. Maneuver node. Sorry, my internet's always very slow when I'm streaming, so it'll take me a second to load up this Kerbal Space Program wiki. Should be the tracking center. Really? But tracking center doesn't seem to... Maybe you have to get to level 3. Or is that what... Is it just calling it a patched conic? Yeah, my internet's just not working. Alright, well, let's do something else. Let's work on upgrading some stuff. So that we actually have the money to upgrade things. Like the vehicle assembly building. We definitely need... Well, actually, no, 255 parts is plenty for now. We could do with the launch pad upgrade. Probably. 140 tons. That's pretty heavy still, though. Well, let's... You know what? Let's just give it a go. Let's get into an orbit. Let's do the expensive one. Okay. And is there any of these we can do at the same time? Tourists? Probably not. Had liquid fuel at launch site. No, that's fine. Okay. Vehicle assembly building. Mission control and tracking station both have to be level 2 for maneuver nodes. Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful. We can't afford that right now. So let's try and do this without them. Because equatorial, all you have to do is gravity turn east and then slowly extend your orbit until it's the right shape. Right? I think so. Okay. Unmanned probe. So, none of this. New ship. Why can't I... You can't click new ship unless you have a ship there. That's very silly. New ship. Don't save. This is... Alright, again, you have to have something. This one's the better one, isn't it? Yeah. I like how it's called the Stay Put Nick. That's pretty funny. Also provides automatic stability assistance. Yeah, that seems valuable. So this one has SAS. I don't think it has auto-align to retrograde. I think that's the next tier up, but that's fine. So, unmanned ship. We're going to need a whole bunch of batteries. Which of these holds more? This one. Plus this one's kind of nice shape-wise. How many batteries do you reckon we need? 2 might be enough. I'd like to do some science, because I think it will be counted as high in space. So, we'll want a service bay. Oh, that's... Well, we can use a... Have we unlocked? I don't think we've unlocked the aerodynamic fairing. So this is going to be interesting. Who needs computers to calculate the odds? Let's just eyeball it. If that doesn't say Christo, I don't know what does. And let's stick some photovoltaic panels, in other words, solar panels. There we go. So we've got power generation. Awesome. We need a transmitter. Will a Communitron 16 be sufficient when we are 29 million up? You're going AFK. See you, Gandalf. We're trying to get to 29 million up. I think we might need a high gain antenna to communicate at that distance. Just the one. Rotate it. No, not symmetry mirror, symmetry radial. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, now we need a final stage, which doesn't need to be heavy. Doesn't. No. What? Oh no, that's the rocket max side. Okay. Yeah, we just. Oh, I didn't realize this was all weird shape. How do we make it aerodynamic? I mean, stick a nose cone on it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, and now we put a couple of these on. When you extend this, will it just break because it's overlapping with this? I don't know. But I feel like it really shouldn't be overlapping with this. Well, let's just test. Okay. Right. Yeah. This is 29 million sat Mark 1. All right. Let's just test if that breaks when you send out the antenna. I don't think it will. Okay. Send antenna. No, it's fine. Awesome. Yeah. Just revert vehicle assembly. Cool. Now, an engine. A little engine. We don't have a titchy engine. Terrier will have to do. Okay. Now, a decoupler. There we go. And now a big fuel tank to get us, really pump us into orbit. And we're going to want a swivel for fine motor control. Let's just get this bit, no. Get this bit higher up. Then a decoupler. No. A decoupler. Followed by... This might, like... It's light. The payload is light. Fire this. Decouple. Fire this immediately. Decouple. Fire this immediately. No, actually, don't fire these immediately. Let's allow... Oh, no. Let's allow a bit more fine control on the staging. Let's just see like, how high can we get with this. It's capable of generating power. It's capable of transmitting. This might work. What are the exact parameters? It just says reached the designated equatorial orbit, though. How do I see exactly what that is? Do I just have to remember it? Oh, we haven't put MechJeb on this either. Okay. Cover vessel. I'm gonna get the exact details from that mission. It's giving us 100,000 if we can pull this off. What's the easiest way to save this? I think I just screenshot and then open the screenshot on a separate window. Oh, I don't have the library. Sorry, give me a second here. Kerbal Space Program. Screenshots. View screenshot library. There we go. Okay. So I have the orbit parameters on my second screen. So you should be able to work that out now. Good. Okay. Bring chat back. Okay. So, this... I mean, this seems doable. It's very high. But once you're... These numbers are misleading because once you get really high, it becomes trivial to increase them, basically. Oh, Falcon. Is there any crew in that? No. Alright, back to vehicle assembly building. Let's just see how high we can get with this setup. This only costs 6,000, so we'll make a huge profit margin if this works. Which, you know, it won't. Let's face it, but... We're trying to get to an apex of 29 million, a periapsis of 28.6 million. And I don't know how exact those need to be. We have 0 aerodynamic stuff on this. That's very silly. Revert to vehicle assembly. Let's stick some fins on it. And it's relatively small. Let's just put some basic fins on the bottom. And then let's put some winglets on this bit. How heavy are winglets? They're incredibly light. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. And I think we'll be, since it's so symmetrical, I think we might be okay to just launch straight up without any stability assists, which makes it slightly cheaper. And you know, we're on a money-making venture here, basically, so keeping it cheap is the name of the game. Launch. Oh, that's so slow. Yeah, no, we need more thrust, substantially more. I'm told you start your gravity turn, like, now, which is kind of crazy to me. I forgot mech jeb. Revert. It's too slow. It's just too slow. Maybe... Well, we'll try it one more time like this, and then we'll switch to spaghetti. Because I think spaghetti is better. It's just it's so much more expensive. Command and control? No. Utility? No, it's under... There it was. Yeah, command and control. Mech jab. Stick a mech jab right there. Beautiful. I will try it. See how much more thrust we need. Okay. SS. Full thrust. Mission. Launch. And you start your gravity turn, I'm told, at 50 meters per second, which strikes me as crazy early. But we'll try it. We won't turn much, though. We're going to fall over. No, we're not going to fall over. We've got some... You've got your popcorn ready. The control surfaces being this high up does strike me as pretty bad. And we definitely don't have enough thrust. But the payload is so light, though. Look at the nonsense I've had to make to try and make it more aerodynamic, by the way. Okay, so we're about to jump the booster. And we should have put these in the same stage, actually. That's fine. Tweak that on the fly. What? There we go. Okay, that's a bit of a harsh turn there. That's okay. How hard do you gravity turn? Like, is this... Should I be doing it way more than this? You should start your gravity turn only when you have enough thrust to push a rocket up when it's turning. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of obviously true, isn't it? How harsh should be the gravity turn here? With low TWR. Thrust weight ratio, I think. And then we stop about 80. Maybe a bit higher, bit higher, bit higher. There we go. Okay. And now we just let it drift up. And then when we're just before the periapsis, harsher. Much harsher turn. Okay. Have a materials bay on the satellite. God damn it. Okay. If we're doing a much harsher turn, that means we don't need these. Because we're basically only going to do the turn once this thing is finished deploying. The materials bay is a problem, because that's a lot of extra weight. And my whole theory here is if we kept it super light, then maybe we could do it. Okay, but let's give it a go. These two should fire simultaneously. Yeah. To push us away from the... whatever it's called. SAS, launch. And we just let it go straight up while we're on the booster. And then we gravity turn with the second stage. And the third stage is designed to be just... But this is so slow. Like, this is not... This just feels far too slow. And that tilt is... yeah, okay, no. Let's put those fins back on. It turns out they were entirely essential. It's amazing how titchy little fins like that really do make a surprising difference. Because they look like they're so titchy they'd never do a thing. Maybe just to me, because I'm, you know, an idiot. But I don't know. I don't know why I keep them called Mark 1, by the way, when I just iterate on them without renaming. But, oh well. We'll live with it. Okay, SAS, launch. No dilly-dallying. I like the cone of smoke coming out the back. It does look cool. Burning on up there. Good. Okay, we have a utility bay. You have to maintain stability for 10 seconds. No problem. Hang on. I'm not really sure about any specific numbers, but you might have to be about 30 degrees by the time you read the exosphere, the dark blue part. 30 degrees, okay. But that's fine, because once we get rid of this bottom part, we become so much lighter. And our control surface is then hugely better placed. Oh, that was bad. Okay, but that's fine, that's fine. Just tilt more. Okay, now harsh tilt. I can't read the numbers on this. Is 30 degrees, like, there? I think. That's 60, 90. No, okay, so this is 30. It doesn't look like 30. It looks like 70. This confuses me somewhat. And we don't have enough fuel. But we're so light, so maybe we do. I think we're going too fast. And cut. We're at 82. That should be okay. We're going to tumble. No. Each bar is 10 degrees. Oh, we appear to be tumbling a bit. SES is working on it. We have a gimbal on this engine, so we should be able to do pretty much what we need. Now we let it fly up out of the atmosphere, maintaining about this angle. Well, actually, should we be aligned petrogrades? So that we... minimum wind resistance? Because right now, if we're going straight up, we're actually going in that direction. There's slightly extra wind resistance, but we're in the exosphere, so... Each bar is 10 degrees. Yeah, so 90... 1, 2, 3. So we should have been on that bar. Okay, that's fine. We'll see what we can do to wing it. Now, as soon as we're in the atmosphere, there's 0 wind resistance. Sorry, air resistance. So we can tilt it around. We've got loads of power. So we've no problem using XF. We have substantially excess power, actually. That's some weight that we could dump. We need to try and make it bang on 90 to get our angle right. When you make a gravity turn, always follow the petrograde, or whatever you call it, and go in line with the wind. Follow the petrograde. But I thought you're moving the petrograde. Isn't that the whole point of the gravity turn? If the rocket's maneuverable enough. Okay. So, oh, we should be burning. We should have been burning a while ago, actually. So now you burn as close to the atmosphere as possible, such that your time to apoapsis remains about the same. I think. And we don't have nearly enough fuel for this. We'll try, though. I mean, we'll give it the good old try. We're super light at this point. So we can... And this is a, very little engine, so it can burn for a long time. Oh God, it's so keen to tilt. Why is it so keen to tilt? I'm having to repeatedly correct here. Okay, well... Stable orbit. Now all we have to do is make this number in the millions. You go to apoapsis, and then you increase your periapsis. I think. You should answer Submarine's question from before. What was his question? Oh, sorry, I missed that. Hey, Cal, in one of your recorded streams on YouTube, I recall someone asking you what's new in philosophy, and I believe you answered about developments in the philosophy of language. If you wouldn't mind, could you possibly elaborate on that? I'm not too well versed on the topic, and you're curious. Okay, so I'm not an expert, but one of the relatively recent developments in the philosophy of language has been about, well, depends what you count as recent, but there was a lot of stuff like about 80 years ago about names. And how different things can refer... Hang on, let me just try and get this burn right. So we align petrograde to increase. There's been lots of talk about how... that was awful. We overshot like mental. Lots of talk about how names work recently, which has been quite interesting. I'm not going to go too in detail into my stuff because it gets... You have to kind of... It becomes essential that you're... Should we be repeatedly switching? Like we go here, and then we warp to apoapsis and burn, and then we go back and then burn, and so on. I'm not going to go too into how it all figures out just because it's... We should do some material studies. Transmit. Because basically, in order to explain how things have changed, you need to understand a lot of jargon, basically. So it gets very... If it gets very difficult to explain it in a vacuum, if that makes sense. I'm explaining this very badly. I'm normally relatively good at explaining stuff. I think it's because I'm distracted by this orbit. Slow down. Now burn on retrograde. On petrograde, sorry. Why is it so bad at stability assisting? But there, yeah. We need more thrust. What else is new in philosophy? There's been quite a lot in ethics recently about developments and stuff as new science develops. So, for example, I'm doing a module at the moment talking about bioethics. So things about stem cell testing and cloning and all that stuff. And obviously those discussions are becoming more and more... Let's just forget all this and do spaghetti staging. All those discussions are becoming more and more well-informed by better understandings about the brain in early stages of development and that kind of stuff. Have you tried suicide bombing your rocket into the Earth? Many times, never intentionally. The other thing that's had lots of work done on it recently is the thing about this is that I could honestly pick any field, and there's somebody who wrote a paper in the last month in that field, which where the hell am I freaking? Oh, that's right, we don't have the good radial decouplers yet. There's someone who's written a paper in that field, you know, recently, which is new and kind of breaks new ground and stuff. So it's difficult to isolate, you know, specific things that are new. And also because I have my my course is extremely content focused rather than person focused. So, you know, if we talk about a philosopher's work, we tend to kind of not exactly do that a huge amount. We talk a lot about I think this is going to be way too heavy. Let's try just doing this. We talk a lot about a topic rather than a specific work done by a specific person. So, you know, we'll interchangeably we'll be talking about you know, bioethics, for example, like cloning. And the first thing we'll mention will be a paper written you know, last week. And the next thing we reference, usually not last week, that's an exaggeration, but you know, in the last couple of years. And then the next thing we'll reference will be like something written hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So it's difficult for me to remember, basically, exactly how new stuff is. I'm not sure he knows you can destroy the Kerbal space station, but he'll find out soon. I do know that, actually. I have done that. Alright, let's try this. I forgot to actually asparagus stage it. Revert to vehicle assembly. What's the other interesting new thing I was thinking about just now? Spaghetti staging, you mean? Is it? The thing is, I now actually don't know which is the right one. Is it spaghetti staging or asparagus staging? I didn't do symmetry on that. Go back. What just happened? Excuse me? What did I do? Is it spaghetti staging or asparagus staging? I throw myself at the mercy of the court. There was never a thing called spaghetti staging. You made that up. Okay, so it is actually asparagus staging. Okay, good. Good. Alright, this thing needs to have... What's it called? You have to cycle the symmetry count. So what is this called? Just duo symmetry? That's probably an official, like a proper name. I don't know. Or is that just symmetry when there's two? I don't know. SAS. Full throttle. Launch. Okay, that's not enough thrust. And we also need to tie these two together. And we also need to fire this. Actually, that might be... We need to tie them together for sure. The Kerbal wiki is actually down. I wonder why it wasn't loading. No, how will we survive? Yeah, we need to put some ties between these things. Problem is, can the ties just go straight through this? Like, I mean, they clearly shouldn't be able to just go straight through this. Also, like, I feel like this tie is not going to have a great time because we should be firing these two at the same time. Let's try going like here to here. Yeah, but with symmetry. There, that looks good. Now, the same higher up. Although, that does work. No. Ah, no, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, it was the bottom that was being pushed apart, so this could work. According to all known laws of aviation, there's no way a bee should be able to fly. That is incorrect. It's an urban legend. Thanks to the info, you're studying politics currently, but not exactly the type of conversation you have online without tons of problems. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, there we go. That's much better thrust. And this should not be draining, and it isn't. Excellent. Alright, so tilt a little bit. To start getting a little bit of a tilt. Preferably not a wobble as much as a tilt. Maybe if I turn SAS off, then I'll be able to have it do what I want more. Just a touch to the right. Slow it down a bit. We don't need to... I think I've been told, or I've heard, that the idea is you don't force your way through the thicker air because there's no profit in it. There's no reason to kind of really force your way through because you're just unnecessarily causing air resistance. Okay, we need to fall down a bit more. Get ready to dump this wobble thing is not good. We need to get ready to dump these in just a second. Actually, our apex is already high enough, so we can keep these for just a moment. Well, no, let's just use them up and then dump them, just so that we're have an easier time. Asparagus staging isn't necessary. It's an outdated method back from when the gravity. So, oh god, what's happening? Please don't. Alright, we need a tiny bit of thrust so that we can correct for this. Okay, so keep spinning. And then right it. Yeah, you should dump your heavy fuel tanks in the atmosphere so you have very little weight in the vacuum where engines are more efficient. I thought... I don't know, maybe I'm entirely wrong about asparagus staging, but I thought it, like, in just entirely anecdotally, it's made my life so much easier when I've used it. All right, now burn to right yourself, and there we go. Beautiful. It's made, like, it seems like it's worked way better. Dry G, I mean, like, just don't. All right, so now we tilt down to the atmosphere. This is going to be not doable without maneuver nodes because we need to get our inclination at exactly 180 degrees. Looks like you need a reaction wheel and some RCS. We do have a reaction. We have invented reaction wheels. We could have stuck a reaction wheel up here. Is there a place where you should have a reaction wheel? I don't understand those at all, like how they function. Oh god, we're almost there. Okay, we need to start burning a bit to get to the right angle quicker. Okay. Yep, and burn. Awesome. We need to be trying to keep it bang on 90. And we want to get We've got loads of fuel now. So we've got two of these tanks full at the start of our... What's it called? The burn to get into orbit? Is it circularizing burn? I'm sure I've heard circularizing burn in some contexts. Reaction wheel could be anywhere. Good to know. Thank you. I don't think we have enough fuel. It just strengthens the SAS at the cabin. Okay. I think we've gone past our apoapsis. Yeah, I started the burn late. But I'm not sure we had enough fuel even if I hadn't. Yeah, no, this is not going to work because we're going way past the apoapsis now. And you're most efficient when you're burning at the apoapsis. Although, I mean, we're going to get to orbit at least. If you go past the apoapsis, aim up. Yeah, I'm trying to, but I don't want to aim up too much because I think that makes you less efficient, right? When you aim up too much. Okay, there we go. Nice. Now, to be most efficient, you should be at the apoapsis when you burn. So is it right that for like optimal efficiency, you should just kind of go here, burn for like half a second, go here, burn half a second, go here, half a second, go here, half a second. Towards the blue marker. I don't remember the blue marker. Let's wait on the material study until we're miles away. Actually, we could do it here. It's 48's worth. All right, let's do it here. And transmit, because obviously this thing's not, this thing ain't coming home. Transmit. Transmit, I need to, we're a bit past the apoapsis. Oh, go on, let's take the time to do another orbit. You should go towards blue rather than petrograde if you're falling. I don't remember blue. I'll have a look next time we're coming up. There's the mun. I mean, how much fuel we got left? We could go over there. Okay. Let's slow it down. Let's try not to overshoot this time. Okay. Now, we've got plenty of charge. Yeah, good. So we should be burning. That's retrograde, I think. We need the tiniest bit of thrust. But that's going to lower our periapsis. I wanted that just to get this turn going. Let's turn off SAS, and then we can just let it drift around. Close the doors, not for any particular reason, just it's prettier. Okay. And then basically, as soon as it hits the apoapsis, the petrograde, I'll hit it. Okay, here we come. Burn. And stop turning. Okay, turn SAS back on. Okay, we want to just burn straight at the marker to raise our apoapsis way up there. We're so low on fuel. But our apoapsis, I really dislike that you can't right-click warp to until you upgrade it. We need to get that upgrade. Our apoapsis is so high now that we should be able to raise our periapsis at crazy speed. Press T to toggle SAS. Very good to know. Thank you. Ah, we are having trouble with our connection. That's a problem, because if you have trouble with your connection, you can't even tell it to extend the antenna. We might just still be in range. Yes. High gain antenna extended, and yes. Okay, good, strong connection. Nice. Right. Keep going towards that apoapsis. The closer you get to apoapsis, the slower you go. T toggle SAS is very good to know. Thank you. And stop it there. Okay. Now we spin her around. That's a pretty orange chat. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. What is that? Looks like a crater or something. Like an impact crater. It's cool. Never noticed that before. Am I orange? No, thank God you're purple. Random question. Anyone tasted bone marrow? Yeah. Who hasn't tasted bone marrow? Bone marrow is great. It's delicious. Absolutely not. Why not? Bone marrow's, I mean, it's just like it's quite fatty, but it's good. What the fuck? You people are weird. Immediately followed by submarine saying you people are weird. No, bone marrow is... Why is that weird? It's just like eating meat. Had a funny texture. Yeah, its texture is just like that of fat. Like really well cooked cooked fat. Where do we see our inclination? Our inclination should be 180 degrees. This is telling us it's 0.8. That can't be right, can it? We are at orbit info. A bone and blood factory. So? I mean, so what? It's tasty. Alright. Let's try and raise that periapsis. Get it up there. It's getting very high now. Okay, out of fuel. So we dump that. And now we're so light. What do we want it at? 29.0. But thing is, let's just burn slightly slower so it's easier to control. We need to be right on. Oh, is this... Are we wanting it at 1.8? Is that what we want it at, maybe? Oh god, that's way... That's... No, stop! Oh god. Ah. Oh, Brits vampires or something. No, we're not vampires. Stay away from kidneys. Yeah. My dad likes kidneys. They're not very good though. Alright, now we need to burn here. Just the tiniest little bit. To get it down to 29. And obviously this is a huge waste of fuel. To have to correct. But what are you going to do? Alright, and... You should lock your doors, you weirdos. I'll scoop out my brain, eat it for lunch. I would totally eat brain. Why not? Okay, tiniest little, slowest little bit of titchy. And... Tiny bit more. Bit more. 29,091. Okay, that's pretty freaking close. Now we let it fly all the way around to periapsis. Sorry, to apoapsis. And then we raise... Oh, wow, what's this? Oh! That's the target. It shows the target. I didn't know that. That's real helpful. So we go all the way to apoapsis, and then we're going to try and put the periapsis on here. Hey, Cody, how you doing? Dude, what the hell? That's not okay. What, eating brain? Why not? I don't see why it would be weird to eat any part. Like, it's just... I mean... It's just meat, isn't it? It's just, you know... Why is eating a muscle more weird than eating... Sorry, less weird than eating a brain? That's defined as normal. It's not. I don't think it's normal, but it's not normal only because it's just not done, not because there's anything particularly like wrong with it or actually weird about it. 20 minutes, 90 minutes. There we go. Close enough. So we're on the right marker already. Good. I don't see why it would be able to eat any part. I mean, it's just meat, isn't it? Well, I stand by that. Eating an animal's brain is only weird because it's harder to grasp how it works. You think people really need to grasp how the thing they're eating works? I'm not sure about that. Alright, now we burn and we try and put that on that. And we trust the SAS, I guess, because I need to look. I mean, that's pretty close. Pretty freaking close. think that's close enough. It should have just given me the win. I'm moving to a nuclear bunker. So we need to lower it by a touch. Down to 28.6. That's, come on. I'm so close. We just have to wait 10 seconds to get this tick, maybe? No. Oh, come on. It's not an exact science. Alright, we need to... Like, that's a bit higher. How do we make the orbit higher? Snail eggs is supposed to be the new caviar in high society. Snail eggs. I don't know. Maybe they're good. Caviar's good. So snails. How do you... I mean, I feel like I'm close enough. Oh my god. We're going in the wrong direction. We're going in the wrong direction. Look at the marker on the outside. Well, that's inconvenient. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I thought... Alright, that's why it's so expensive. Because taking off in the other direction is way harder, right? Because... I don't think you can go the wrong direction. Really? You need to launch in a west direction. Yeah, I think we do. Is the Kerbal wiki still down? Can we check? The other thing is that, yeah, our inclination is supposed to be 180 degrees. It's harder, but it can be done. Hit your caps lock button, Prime, by the way. The more you know. Alright, let's... how much fuel do we have left at the end of this? Quite a lot. So let's see if we can do it without increasing the amount of fuel we have. Nice caps lock you got there, yeah, exactly. Caps are on, no worries. Alright, so, same thing. But gravity's turning in the opposite direction. And we're beginning really early. Really early. I don't get why it wobbles like this. Okay. Let's try that. And we're going to decelerate so we don't unnecessarily burn through the air. A bit more. Decelerate. We're trying to... No unnecessary wind resistance is the idea. And yes, we do want to follow the periapsis to reduce wind resistance. I understand that better now. Because, yeah, you want to be in line with the periapsis. But what I don't get is how we bring the periapsis up afterwards. Okay, slow down a bit more. We want like a 90k, just to be safe. Alright, that's fine. We've lost the engine, so we'll dump those. Hopefully they won't hit the Kerbal Space Station. And I don't know why it does this. Stop. Stop. We'll just have to do another burn when we get back round in order to stabilize. Is it because we have the... Yeah, it's probably because that's why. Because our control services are idiotic, basically. Because of where we placed our other bits. MechJeb. Yeah. We're just using it to give us info. I'm aware that it's controversial because it lets you automate stuff. But we're not using the automation stuff. I just want to get back on the right angle. Then we'll cut it. Okay. If you ever need to establish a relay network around Kerbal, Kerbal synchronous equatorial orbit is at 3,463 kilometers. Remind me what that means again. Top heavy or no fins on the bottom. Probably both. Honestly. And we should have, I should have remembered that we needed to put some incline wheels on it, because we basically have to thrust in order to turn, which is absurd. It's a waste of fuel. Okay, now we're going to burn probably as soon as we get to the right angle. Just going to be about here. Okay, burn. Stay on target. We got this. The same speed that it orbits. The same speed that it rotates. Right. Okay. And why is that good? Why would you want that in a... I'm sure you're right, of course. But why would you want that in a satellite network? For communication. Yeah, no, I know why you established a satellite network. It's so you can, yeah, have relays communicating back to Kerbal, so you can control things further away. But why do they need to be geosynchronous? Because it means you're always connected to the same space center. Why do you need to always be connected to the same space center? Why can't you... Because it seems like ships can just always connect to somewhere else on the planet. I should have gone slightly closer to the horizon, I think. Yeah, this is taking so much more fuel. But the little engine got us a lot further than you might have thought it would. Okay. We really need the warp to apoapsis ability. That's how it worked in remote tech, which is the precursor to the current system. Okay. We'll get it down to like a minute, and then we'll stop time, or rather slow down time. I really should remember to put the incline wheels on. Okay, now let's go back over to our petrograde. God, that turn is so speedy. Watch Scott Manley on geo orbits. It's well explained. I think I understand actually how they work. Like I know what a geosynchronous orbit is, but yeah, maybe I should check out his video on why they're important. But I kind of don't want to watch his video. I mean, because I enjoy. I got into Kerbal Space Program because Northern Lion did a playthrough, and he's terrible. I mean, like he was okay by the time he finished, like relatively okay. Oh, yeah, shot. But he was like really awful, and I enjoyed kind of learning along with him being garbage, but rather than just kind of watching an expert. But I know that can be quite frustrating. So, all right, here we go. Then along this. Try and keep it bang on the right angle. We'll get it up to like a couple of million, and then we'll switch over and burn at the other end. Learning by doing is more fun. Yeah. Great episodes for playthroughs. But what I mean is, like, I don't want to watch a playthrough where the person really knows what they're on about. Because it's fun to kind of not get it. If that makes sense, to have it be kind of fumbling your way through. I enjoy that. And obviously, you know, I have to balance that with the fact that, you know, I want to be able to get help from chat. Oh, we overshot. Oh well, next time. Can I close these? Not when I'm doing time dilation. Okay. He uses mods you don't, so you won't be able to use anything from it. Oh, that could be good. I don't tend to have time to watch many Let's Plays anymore. Because the times when I used to be watching Let's Plays is when I now record them. Because I always used to watch Let's Plays while I played something. Okay. And a bit faster. Slow down. Oh, that was good. That was good. We've still got plenty of power, yeah? Yeah, good. One mistake that I make, which is quite entertaining sometimes, is where you have, have a bunch of solar panels, and then you run out of power, like, now, or in a minute anyway, when you're pointing right at the sun, and they're all in the shade. Because right now our power's going down. Oh no, it isn't. It's still going up a little bit, because we tilted enough for these ones to get some, but you can get to a position where you have a bunch of solar panels, but you pointed them in the wrong direction, and so you don't get any power. Or you haven't extended them yet. Manny does a great geo-orbit where he puts 3 satellites in geo-orbit on one ship. That does sound cool. Let's go back. Oh, that's why I was thinking, why isn't it automatically slowing me down? It's because I didn't have SAS turned on. T, you said for that. Yeah, awesome. Alright. Go along there. Raising up that periapsis. We should be trying to burn, like, right on this dot here. And then we're out of that previous engine. But we've got loads left on this one. And when you're this high, it's kind of trivial. Ah, why isn't it stopping? I'm hitting the button. I don't know why I did that. I swear to you, you could hear me. The hyper glug glug glug. If you want to stop turning your ship without fighting the momentum, just time warp. What? Oh, if you start time warping it, the momentum stops on the ship. Nah, that sounds like cheating. Connection not good enough. What? But we extended the thing. We might have enough fuel to come back. We're currently on an escape velocity, though. If the mound pointer is not on the screen, it will not do what you want. That might be it. Where's my... Alright, extend this. We're going to try and bring it back. But I don't have high hopes. Look in the top left. Yeah, no, I understand. I understand that. I thought we'd already extended this, though, and so it shouldn't have been orange. But I must just be wrong. Okay. So, align to the retrograde marker. And decay the orbit down to 29 million. Just a tiny bit of thrust. And get ready. Here it comes. And just tiny little bursts. I'd like to turn SAS off. Just align a bit further up. Turn on that. Okay. Oh, that was the wrong button. Oh well. Back around we go. You think the alignment of the dish is relevant? I don't know if that's right. You don't know how probes work. Just when you last played, they didn't exist. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, just increase it back up. We need 29.09 million. Okay, close enough. Now we let the time go. We go around to the other end of the orbit. All those millions of miles out here. Kilometers, sorry. No, is it in miles? Is this million? Is this mm? So I kind of assume we are getting a long way away, aren't we? Whoa, we overshot, as always. I need the warp 2 function. Okay. Let's not overshoot this time. I could do it by clicking. That would give me quicker reaction to have to go down the middle. What? It went straight from... It seemed like it went way down. Anyway, align to retrograde. We can do this. We got lots of fuel left, relatively speaking. The joy of watching Crown Christo struggle while having a drink. A regular Wednesday evening. The small things in life. Cheers. I'm glad you're having fun. My drink is only water, sadly. Okay. Meters, kilometers, megameters, gigameters. Okay. So are we doing this wrong? Is a megameter a million meters? Because if it's not, this whole thing's wrong. Alright, burning on the line. A bit harder. Keep it there. Oh, stop, we went too far. It is. Good, good, good. Alright, bring it back around. Mega equals million, gig equals billion. Awesome. So bring it back around. And we're just going to gently burn there. We want it to 20. Oh, I mustn't hit that button. Gentle burn, gentle burn. We got this, we got this, we got this. Okay, bring it down to 29. And then we're going to raise the other one slightly. We have to get within a marginal degree of error. Does anyone know what a marginal degree is? .09 is what we're after. Wait, no! No! I was watching the apoapsis when I should have been watching the periapsis. Alright. Oh, we're way off. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of giving up on this darn satellite garbage. Because if we had maneuver nodes, it would be so easy. Because we could set up the maneuver nodes to get it to where we want us to be. Christo.exe has stopped working. Yeah. Alright. About here. 2.6. 2.6. No? 20s. 28. 28.6. Okay. Burn here. Why is it a link? That's a good point. Why is that a link? But right on the line. Right on the money. 28.6. 28. Here we go. Come on. Yes! Here we go. 10 seconds. 10 seconds stability. 10 seconds stability. He's done it! That's what I'm talking about. Yes. That's pretty good. I'm quite pleased, in case you can't tell. Another Kerbal first. Yeah, indeed. Well, on camera. Hell yeah. Did Christo just eyeball the correct orbit? Yes, he did. Can some mod delete that? What? The Christo.exe? Is it actually a website? What is it, like porn or something? It's not loading on my screen. What do you want us to delete? I'm the only mod here. I mean, I'm not a mod, but you know what I mean. We did it. Can you not see it? Oh, stupid sexy satellites? What are you talking about? Which bit do you want? The Christo.exe. If I click on that, I just get loading and it doesn't open. Is it actually porn? Site cannot be reached. Yeah, no, we can't go to it. Oh, okay, never mind. Is this because you have some porn saved on your computer under, like, Christo.exe? Okay. Well, that was pretty freaking awesome. So, let's How do we return to space station? Don't revert. Space center. Whoa, thanks, Chris, though. You just sent a link that was too long, but only you can see it. Oh, okay. Like you don't know. Side income. You're not crazy. No, I know what you mean. I've had that happen. Okay, so we completed the mission, yeah? Yeah, look at that money. Sweet. And now, just for the satisfaction of it, this thing, we're going to blow it up. Do we need this? Like, is it useful to have this here? It might be useful for communication network purposes. I really want to blow it up, just for like the satisfaction of it. Upgrade the tracking. Yes. And mission control. Yes, I'm on it. We want to get those nodes. God, it runs quite badly, this game, doesn't it? All right, tracking data. Upgrade. And mission control. We're going to have very little money if I upgrade both of these. That's okay, we can add some more. Upgrade. We're only at 88,000. That's not very much. So let's fly this thing and see if we have maneuver nodes available. Excuse me. What time is it? 5:30. Right. I'm going to pause in like half an hour. Just go into debt. You can go into debt? We've got it! We can do this. Click here and then warp here. And then it time warps to exactly where you want to go. Slash to cancel. We don't need to waste time. And we can also add maneuver nodes. Oh, it's glorious. Hell yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So glad. I'll explain, you know, to the extent of my relatively meager knowledge, what maneuver nodes are and how they work when we actually try and use them. Okay. Now we need some science. And a good way to get some science would be to go to the moon. But we need the science to go to the moon. We might be able to make it to the moon. I feel like we don't have enough science to land on the moon. We could go to the moon and do a bunch of science over the moon. You get crazy amounts of science for that. Maneuvers are such a goddamn pain. I don't know. I quite like them. Geo-orbit for Kerbin is 28 million. Or is that 2.8 million? They require precise control. It's too difficult with how finicky they are. They're a bit finicky, but so much they're easier than eyeballing it. Alright, so we want landing. We need this in order to land on the Mun. So let's take that mission. Explore the Mun. It's gone! Where's my explore the Mun mission? Well, let's just abandon a bunch of these. Like, I don't like doing tourist ones. What do you want to do? You want to orbit Kerbin. This actually might be a good way to earn a bunch of money. Let's just check we actually understand these. Okay, you want to orbit Kerbin, and then you want to do suborbital spaceflight. We can do this. We need money. Let's do this. It's not the Mun, it's Moon. How do we say Mun? Is it actually? So what would that be like? I can't. I'm going to keep going back to Goebbels. Moon. I don't know. Persist satellite. You know what? No. Never again. Not for a while. 4 tourists seems like a lot. What do you want? Just to orbit Kerbin. There's a lot of money though. Do you reckon we can do four tourists? Same with Moon, but spelled differently. Moon. Moon. I'm just going to go with Mun, to be honest. Let's try 4 tourists to make a bunch of money. Or we could do 2 first. Do you just want the same thing? Orbit around Kerbin, orbit around Kerbin. You all want the same thing. You know what? Let's do the money maker. Let's take this. And let's take this. And let's take this. And let's just do all of them in a row. And that way, we'll make bank. Oh god, am I going to have to remember which tourists are which to set up right? Anyway, so this is going to start off, you know, relatively simple. We might need a bigger... We might need a bigger parachute to get these guys down. But it's going to look so bad. But it worked last time. Oh, we don't even have the large parachute. Okay. We're going to need some drogues then. These are the titchy drogues, I believe. Yeah. Let's take some big drogues. You can't obstruct, I think. So maybe we put these on the cabin. Right, we need to take up... We'll take up 4. We'll take up 2 in the first one. And then we'll take up 2 in the next one. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Where are they? There we go. Alright, 2 in the first one. With a bunch of drogues. Drogues are near the top, I think. Ideally. Bunch of radio shoots down. Bada boom, bada poosh. Good to go. Alright. Let's try with 4, so we can just scale it down. Because scaling up might be more difficult than scaling it down. Oh god, no, not this shit again. What do you want from me? It's the only way we can fit all the tourists on. Okay, so the first 4 we're going to take. Spaghetti. Him of the staging. Spaghetti. Rodney. Rodney. There he is. Ludmund. There you are. Oh, there's the 4 at the top. Okay, I'm an idiot. Control groups? No, we're not worrying about that for now. This is fine. How about you detach the cabins separately? What? You mean like, remember chutes need to be above COM. Center of mass. Do they? So you're saying like this. No worries. How do you... Yeah, so how do you detach the camera separately? So what, you have like... You have this with a heat shield. And then a decoupler. That then has a cabin on it. With a heat shield and a decoupler. And you get on the right angle, and then you jettison one, and then you jettison the other. Is that right? Won't this... And then these all need their own drogues. I've never done this. This is so cool. Decouple the cabins one after another. Install a drone on each to control their chutes. But won't we have to like switch back and forth between them to activate their chutes? You need a drone on each one. Okay. So we need to do something like this. And this. I mean, it's pretty risky. You can just attach everything. What? What do you mean? If your reflexes are good, they might survive. I don't know. Right click on the chute. Set altitude. Does this mean it'll automatically deploy at 1,000? Well, let's just have them automatically deploy at like 5,000 for safety. How about you just let them fall back to the planet after all? They signed a release form. How do I select all parachutes? I can do it from here, maybe? Like this? Think this will work? Well, we can test. I mean, if this works, it's like groundbreaking new development in my Kerbal Space Program ability. Turn pressure all the way up to. Like, it'd be amazing if this actually works. So I'm very happy to spend some time trying to figure it out. Well, let's just test if these chutes go off. this one needs a heat shield. Alright, this is brave new world of transport. Mark 1. And we're going to stick a dumper on it. And we're going to test it. Decouple and deploy chutes in the same stage. But only do that once you're in the lower atmosphere. You might not need a drone to decouple and deploy chutes in the same stage when you're low enough. Well, having the drone doesn't hurt for the test. So let's just test it. Here for maybe not. Oh, they're not on board? Excuse me? Well, if we're gonna do a test, we're gonna do a live test. I mean, I'm gonna revert if they die, but you know, I mean, why not? Spaghetti, Rodney, Ludman, and Elsie. Elise. Pressure tells chute to open at the altitude you set it at. Pressure tells the chute to open at the altitude you set it. If not set, it will open when you deploy it. Okay, that might work. What kind of space station are you running? Tests? How unprofessional. Okay, so we're just going to fire this thing straight up. All of these. So we're thinking maybe if you just decouple and activate everything. Oh, we've no way to get rid of the booster. So let's go in here. I don't think we need the heat shields actually, but we should put them on just for future proofing because we will need them in future iterations when we're actually doing this thing. Right, yep. Decoupler. Okay, so we have very few stages on this test. It's just like this. Let's do this thing. Enough shoots to land the Titanic. We got way too much shoots. How many drogues do you reckon we should have per thing? Because I have no idea. I mean, I'm not gonna claim otherwise. There's a mod that lets you run simulations for testing rockets. They cost a bit of money up front, but you don't lose anything from crashing them. Isn't that just resetting? Why don't you just reset? 2. Just 2. Okay, thank you, both of you. Spend time on researching constructing rockets. I don't like that idea. I know it makes sense, but I don't like that idea. Problem is, we have to be going slow enough for them to actually deploy before we jettison them all, because otherwise hitting space just won't work. Oh, I didn't put any mech jeb on this either. I need to remember to do that. Alright, so we lose that. Resetting is cheating. But, I mean, yes. But so's using a mod that lets you simulate, right? Because in practical terms, they're the same thing. Is that rocket going to fall back down and hit the space station? It might. If I don't reset, all Kerbals would be dead. Yes, this is also true of me. So this suddenly is going to flip when we stop moving. Why are there only 2 of them? Why are there only 2 of them? The bottom one's empty. It doesn't matter, it's just a test. Okay, so now we're on the way down. We do this. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't look good for you two. Although we could, like, now. Tracking station. Your game cannot be saved at this point. Leaving now will set you back to the last save state. Okay, so we can't switch back while we're in flight over the planet. EVA someone to find out if they carry parachutes. Well, I mean, if I could click on the... Can you switch them this way? EVA. I'm going to be real with you. It doesn't look like their parachutes are going to pull. Well, we're not at 5,000 yet. We're going to hit them. Success! The parachute's pulled. That's pretty good. We made it, Jeb. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, I love how I noticed immediately beforehand. Man. Alright. But this does work. All we have to do is tilt a bit. If you're re-entering, they'll drift away. Yeah. Alright, well, let's just do a test to make sure that definitely still works without the drones. Because we can make it a lot less tall and a little bit less heavy without them. Okay. Let's just quickly test this. Talk about going out with a bang. So what I'm going to do is use my tiny bit of, at the highest point, we'll use our tiny bit of, there's no freaking people. We need to make sure they're still alive. Press square brackets to change ship. Good to know. Good to know. Spaghetti, Rodney, Ludman, Elsie. Save. Launch. So we can use that just to check on them, basically. What's the max range on changing ships? Like, do we have to be right next to each other, or can they be a million miles away? Okay. SAS. Launch it up. This is so amazing that this works, by the way. This is going to revolutionize my rocket design, because in the past I've had huge problems from, like, when you try and take science juniors up, it makes re-entry impossible. But this is going to be amazing. This means you can have a whole separate thing that you'd attach just to land your science juniors. I love it. 1 kilometer. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do that, because realistically we're going to be more than a kilometer away from them. This is brilliant. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. Was it Gandalf or Prime that first said we should do this? I think it was Gandalf, but I can't remember. But yeah, that's so cool. Alright, so we're going to turn ourselves sideways. Which we can't really do while there's big wind resistance, that's fine. But now we're in the... What did you call this bit? This is the exosphere. The, no, the exosphere would be... I mean, on Earth, anyway. The exosphere is like the closest bit to to space. Okay, so we turn sideways, and then the act of firing these will move us away from each other. Okay, so wait for speed to get down to approximately 0. As close to 0 as we can. And then we'll dump these fools. And also the fact that we'll be... will these things survive if they're not splashing down? Like, will they be okay? I don't know. It might be the thermosphere. It might be, or it might just be that Kerbal called it something different. Alright. So we can press square brackets, can we? Oh, that's not what I meant to switch to. We could watch it, though. Like, this one's going to have a more dramatic couple of minutes here. That's really cool. Thank you for that. That's another very helpful tip. Okay, so these guys, they're all going to orientate down. Yeah, that's a problem. Are these going to orientate if we're re-entering? Are they going to orientate themselves right? I don't know if they are. Because they need to be bottom heavy, right? Is he? Because ideally, we need these guys to be able to automatically align the right way without piloting. So are you going to do that? Well, right now he's just going to fire his parachute, but... yeah, he's... this part is not going to be recovered. Sorry, Elon. No stage 1 recovery for us. Attach a massive heat shield. We don't have a massive heat shield. Is the thing. Well, this looks pretty successful. Let's time speed up. And they should deploy at 5,000. Yep. And you're right. This is that's a few too many. And they do deploy automatically. Install a mod that lets you change the shape of parts. Nah, it's definitely cheating. They need to be thick. That's pretty funny. So he survived. And these guys will... Let's just check if they survive. Oh, look, they're pretty close to each other. That's so cool. That's two of them coming down at the same time. I love it. I really like that. We might need to do the other stages of this mission, the Grand Tourist Express to orbit, after I have to go for a bit. I have a couple of posts going live that I want to keep an eye on, and I'll take that time to eat and stuff, and I think we'll come back and we'll do more Kerbal, because this is brilliant. Yeah. Do you want to get out? Tourists may not disembark. That's fair enough. Yeah, these things are coming down stupid slow. They're going to be absolutely fine. So let's... Are you sure we'll be okay with 2? Let's go with 4. Let's go with 4 parachutes. Just for safety's sake. But I'm concerned they won't align right upon re-entry. So let's just go nuts here for a second. Let's stick a whole bunch of these boosters on, just to throw it higher, and we'll see how they do on re-entry. And that'll be the last thing we do, I think, before we no, don't detach straight away. You gotta detach. These are all gonna burn out at the same time, so it doesn't matter. These ones should go here, and those. Yes. Right, and we're gonna reduce the chutes down to 4. Okay. No, please do. What? 8 is clearly overkill. Hey, Vodka, make it 8. Make it 16. 32. Okay, this... Yeah, I just want to throw them a bit higher so that we can see if they're okay on re-entry. 286. Alright. You can all double. 2 is fine. I know, I just want to be safe. I just want to be sure. Still got everyone on board. SAS, launch. And just throw these poor tourists a bit higher so we can experience re-entry. And we need to come in at a bit of an angle. Like that's amazing. I can actually make it turn just with the torque we can get out of our electric charge up here. That's interesting. I just want to tilt it a bit, because of course when we were re-entering our nice little remember chute pressure. It's already set. It's already set. It was the same chutes. We might blow up because we're going too fast. It should be quite entertaining at this point. Oh, that was close. We're going way too high now. This will be a good test. It's just a test. That's right. Okay. Warp to. Oh, well, actually, we can dump these now. I love how they look when they fly out sideways when you dump them. It's so cool. They just look kind of majestic, all floating out from the ship. That's really cool. All right, now we're going to warp to here. Maybe here. Just be safe. Why is this? Oh, because it's rotating under us. That's so cool. Okay, now we turn sideways. And we jettison. And we oh, this doesn't come down. Okay. I wanna. Can you self-destruct? Oh, I can go to Space Center now. Okay, so we have a minute. Let's just do this. Space Center. You have utilities in MechJeb. Yes, MechJeb can do various utilities. I don't think I'm going to use many of them. I just have it. I just have it because I really like being able to easily see. Okay. Well, I only have these three that I can switch to. I was gonna detonate the lower bits. Coffee run, Vero back. Cool. See you in a bit. I may not be here when you get back, but I will return. I promise. So these guys, when they hit the atmosphere, are gonna... Oh, that's very promising. Come on. Point down. Hey, that's pretty good, you know. They are going to do it. They're going to point down. Takes a bit of a wobble, but they're going to point down. Oh, and there's the other one. And they're actually going to survive re-entry. That's amazing. All three of these little birding things going down. That's so cool. No, don't time warp. Switch the other ones. This one deploys its parachute higher. Oh, this one's also coming down right here. And they deploy their parachutes, and they go down to slow enough. Yes! It's imperative you upgrade... What was that? Oh, right, it's the boosters. That's fine. Set throttle so not overspeed in ammo. You can't set throttle on boosters, right? It's imperative you upgrade the VAB to L3 so we can fit all those chutes on the vehicle assembly building. Yeah, it's a good point. That does give you unlimited parts, doesn't it? Alright, well. Absolutely awesome. This is amazing. I'm so pleased that we have learned this. That I have learned this. Thank you very much for your help, Gandalf and Prime. And Fog for your amusing contributions. As well as Super Jailer. Sorry, no, let's get it right. Super Goyla. Something like that, I think. Alright, so we'll revert to vehicle assembly. I can't revert. Excuse me. Because I quit out to this tracking station, probably. Well, it wasn't a very expensive rocket, so that's okay. As long as they survive. I'm honestly surprised it worked. It was a crazy idea. It's a brilliant idea. I'm very happy with it. I'm so freaking pleased they survived because it was proposed as a joke. I thought this was like, hang on, it's not switching to the other one. Oh, is Jebediah dead? Or is he too high up? Jeb! Jeb, where are you? We might have killed Jebediah and I can't revert. That's not great. Well, you're right, by the way. It looks like 2 shoots would have been enough. Press F to various effects. Yeah. He might be alive. Now that we know we can... No, I can't go out now because this counts as flight. So why can I quit out of the previous one? Rest in pepperoni, Jeb. I don't see him. And his chute would be pretty big. It's possible that he's up here somewhere because we got further away because his chute deployed much earlier. If it really is only a kilometre. But, I mean, hope is fading. This is going to take a very long time, isn't it? On default settings, astronaut get reset. Really? With skills? Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't know because I just revert. Because I'm a dirty cheater. This is going to take like 5 minutes. We're going like one of these a second. Slightly more than one of these a second. By one of these, I mean like 1 in the 10 column. So 10. Stage view. I've never used that. That looks so good. Elevator music. Yeah, I mean... Honestly, I needed to... Oh, I haven't got it on windowed full screen, so I can't click off and still see it, unfortunately. But, I mean... Now I can check that post I had going up that I needed to check on. I've got... It appears that I have 5 minutes in Kerbal. Do. You. Are you, I mean, why is there should be a way to do this faster. But yes, it appears you're right. We should go with 2. Jeb. I hope he's okay. I don't have high hopes. Podcast time. Christocast. Check this. Well, I mean, he was a brave soul. What was that? Oh, I opened Facebook. I was trying. That seems very loud. He still hasn't sung that song. It's sung, not sang. What do you mean he still hasn't sung that song? What song? You didn't give a specific song request. Nearly there. Another 2 minutes or so. Okay, looks fine. I think that post went up okay. Good. I muted myself, I'm sorry. When did I mute myself? How long have I been muted? What year is it? Nearly there now. Did I answer your question already, Vodka? No, there won't be a multiplayer if I didn't answer it, except when I was muted. Well, we're nearly there. About 30 seconds ago. Oh, that's not so bad. Good. They survive. But not... There's Jeb! He just made it down faster! Yes! Jebediah survived! Will you prepare a memorial for Jeb, says chat. Wait for them to catch up and find out that Jeb, the badass, is still alive. Hell yeah, Jeb. Alright. To celebrate, Jeb can get out and go for a little walk. Oh, we're still time dilated. Go for a little walk. This is the Jeb survival dance. He jumps up in the air and then he lands on his face. Brilliant. Brilliant. Alright. Oh, EVA report. Apparently that's worth science here. Cool. Get back in. Board. True report. Recover vessel. Plant a flag. Ah, good point. Your plan was flawless. The game crashed. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, that's as good a time as any to take a quick break. I'm going to go and eat. I'll be back in like probably half an hour, and we're going to play some more Kerbal, because that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much again, chat, for all your help. It was very useful. But yes, okay, end of part 2. So part 2 wasn't in fact landing on the moon. It was orbit and multi-stage landing. Fantastic. See you guys in about half an hour. Bye-bye. And on YouTube, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll probably upload these a day apart. Anyway, bye-bye.